What's going on, guys? Sledgehammer 70 here, and it is time to take a drive. So what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about a subject that strictly talks about working on your own car. Now, I hear so many people that are, I'm not mechanically inclined, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, honestly, like, working on your car on your own is probably one of the most fulfilling things you could do as a car enthusiast. I just put on a body kit on this car and redid the brakes and some other stuff, and I don't know, just feels kind of therapeutic in a way. But you know, but I didn't get there overnight to be able to do this stuff. You know, a lot of it was trial and error. A lot of it was breaking things and having to spend money and fix it. The other side is the tools required to work on your own car. And that's just things I acquired over the years. You know, it wasn't something I got, again, overnight. It was saving my pennies and buying a specific set of tools one week and another set of tools a month later and another set of tools a year later, etc. But the biggest thing I could tell you, especially in this day and age of information, is working on your car has never been easier. With YouTube videos across the board, I mean, there's people out there that are documenting and recording how to do things across the board, and hopefully some of my videos have even been helpful to you guys. And in the long run, you can save yourself a ton of money. Now, my big thing is a lot of the money I've saved over the years by not taking my car in to get it worked on, I've literally just applied that, like put it off to the side and said, okay, here's 20 bucks this week because I did my own oil change, or here's 50 bucks this week because I did my own balance and rotation on my tires, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And in the long run, that adds up, and that has been how I've been purchasing my tools over the years. My next big purchase is a tool chest. Like, I haven't had a legit tool chest for a long time. I have like a pegboard in my garage that I use to set up all my tools, and you know, they're all hanging up nicely, as nice as they can be. But you know, I would love to be able to have a nice toolbox where everything's just nice and just there, you know. And that's my goal, is to get a toolbox for my tools. But again, that's one of those things that I'm saving pennies for to get one. But back to just working on your own car, you know, and the biggest piece of advice I can give to you is start with the small stuff, you know, like, and when I say small stuff, it's not like, oh, I replaced my windshield wipers. You know, try replacing your air filter, you know, do an oil change. It doesn't cost very much to go get an oil pan and a couple ramps so you can drive your car up and, you know, pull that oil bolt, get some fresh oil, you know, pour some oil on the top and get all the gunk out, and then seal it back up and put fresh oil back in there. It's not difficult. It's, you know, a lot of people they shy away from these kind of things, and maybe it's because you just don't have time. And I can't knock anybody for just not having enough time to do it, but I just want to encourage everybody to, you know, take a step back and think about working on your own car, doing your own work, save yourself the money. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but it's kind of fun to get dirty, you know, get your hands greasy, get your hands dirty. Like, I clean my car like no other. Like, there is nothing on this car that's going to get me super dirty just because I clean it like crazy. Now, my garage floor, on the other hand, that's a different story. But, you know, so things like changing your oil, things like rotating your own tires, things like replacing your own brake pads and rotors. Again, it takes very few tools to do that, and you can save yourself a lot of money. And it's kind of fun, you know, and you start getting the know-how. And, you know, for me, it was more, I had a lot of friends that worked on cars, and I mean, I wasn't mechanically inclined way back in the day. And way back, I'm talking like I'm like 100 years old. I'm not. But I just went over to Buddy's house, who's like my friend's house, who did work on cars. Our They did rebuild motors. They did all this kind of stuff. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about my buddy who lived next door that had an old Jeep that we used to work on together. He'd let me come over and help him out. And I learned a lot. And I know not everyone has access to that, but if you do, take advantage of it. There's a lot of people who have knowledge that they can pass it on to you. You know, things like changing your cold air intake or your throttle body. They're so easy. Changing your intake manifold, super easy. It's a couple bolts. It's really not hard. You know, I've even gone to the full extent, I mean, outside of helping my friend build a motor and stuff like that, like replacing my own exhaust and doing all that kind of stuff. Like, it's not hard. I mean, some of it requires you to have access to a lift, and I know in some states there's a lot of places where you can rent a lift for a day. You know, so if you want to put your own brand new exhaust system on, because a lot of them are just slide in, they don't require any sort of welding, especially if it's a full catback system for this specific car. But yeah, you know, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys work on your own car? How many years have you been doing it? Like, what are the kind of things that you do work on in your car versus things that you do go to the shop for? I'd love to know in the comments below. I'm a big fan of trying to do everything myself. If I can't do it, I will be the first person to tell you, nope, I can't do that, and go to a shop and have someone who knows what they're doing do it. Like, it would be awesome if I could have like an alignment machine and do my own alignments. I think anybody would be excited to be able to do that, because that crap's expensive, but so are the tools that they use to do it. So, but yeah. So, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching these videos. I know last week I didn't get a chance to do a drive with Lethal, mainly because it was Mother's Day and my son's birthday, and I had my birthday, and there's just so much stuff going on. And but regardless, I have been putting up a couple videos. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of the new videos coming across. The biggest one, stay tuned for the full body kit install, but that's coming. But as always, guys, until next time, I will see you on the road.